road is so cold and grows every night. You walk alone. Longer still is the weight of parents who may never know. Don't you walk alone, don't you stray from home. God only knows just who is waiting. Don't you raise your voice, don't make any noise. What a scary choice to be employed. We're afraid of everyone, we'll know whatever come and save us, save us.
I'm muted, but what is up, everyone, to the next episode of the Clashuals Podcast. This is episode 4. I don't know. This is a sad episode. It's not gonna be that long. I'm not gonna talk about Clash much. I will tell you what I've done in Clash, but not much. This is mainly for you guys on YouTube. Big B has decided to leave the podcast. Sent a message of what he said on the podcast, and or not on the podcast, of his own little goodbye episode, and it hit me deep. He said he loves me like a brother. Go listen to yourself. You understand? We're still friends, but this podcast is not. This is not the end of the Clashuals Podcast. I'm gonna try my best to keep it going. I don't know if I'm gonna find a co-host. Probably won't. For a long ass fucking time. But let's get into why Big B left. For those of you that haven't heard the message, he's going through some family stuff, not spending enough time with his family. He feels like the podcast. He might still be playing the game, but I think the stress of the podcast, the other things with the podcast, I'll get into later. He feels is too much for him, or he'd rather spend his time somewhere else. And I totally understand that. He's got a family, he's got a intensive job, and not gonna lie, I've listened to it 3 times. Off stream, on stream, off stream, and I've cried every time when at the is in message, because it hit me deep. I'll tell you why it hit me deep a little back, but it's hard for me to let him go. Like, understand why he wants to go, and I've talked to a few people. It's like, you're not responsible, but I kind of feel responsible, and I know I'm not responsible, and I feel like I'm responsible for him leaving, because the message in his goodbye, which I was hoping to do another episode with him at our year mark, but I totally understand why he dipped out. He left because it was too toxic, and he had some stuff coming up, or the drama with the podcast, and I feel like he left because of me. Like, yes, I bring up a lot of drama. I'm a piece of shit drunk. I will announce that all the way. I know a lot of people say, you stop drinking. I don't know. But I accept responsibility for Big B leaving. I do. And sorry. In his message. Woo! It's hard for me to say without crying. He said he was like a little brother to me. Give me a second. That hit me deep in the heart. Jesus Christ. Let me take a drink real quick. For those of you that don't know, my actual brother passed away about 2 years ago. And then, before I even messaged Big B saying, I feel like he's a bigger brother than me. He's older. Like me and him connected well. He told me what to do. Like he set me in sight as a big brother. And then with his goodbye message just hit me deep when he said, "God damn it! Give me a second." Whew. When he said that, you're like a little brother to me. God damn it! Whew. Sorry. Why? I don't know why I'm doing this live, but that hit me deep. Give me a second. All right. Let's go. All right. That hit me deep because I listened to it, and I know it's not my fault that he left the podcast. I understand he's got some personal shit, and the podcast. For those that were wondering if I'll ever find a co-host, no, I will never. It's going to be a while at least till I find someone to replace him. I'll bring some co-hosts on. This is me telling you guys the podcast is not ending. Uh, I might have to take a. It might not be every week for the podcast. But I'm gonna miss Big B because I love him like a brother. We're still friends, by the way. There's nothing between me and Big B going on. It's just the drama, the toxicity that we're causing, and he's done with some family shit and playing the game. Takes time from him spending time with his family, and I totally understand why he left and why he made the decision. Will I ever find a co-host? Maybe. I had a lot of people message me. Shout out to Rick, Cool Rick. You guys know Cool Rick, saying what are you guys gonna do with the podcast? What I and before we get into I should have doubled back again. I don't prepare for shit, but before we get into that, like Saturday night we did my birthday special. It was awesome. We brought Dandy Dan on, had awesome ideas. And someone, I'm not gonna name his names, people know, decided to spin some bullshit in the Clashuals Discord. You know who you are? You can fuck off. I'm calling you out right now. But it was my idea to bring Danny Dan on because he's messaging me. He's like, "Hey, I've this. I can talk about this." Is like, hit me up. Regardless to that, I was not expecting Big B's message Sunday saying that. And then after I got done editing, or I should in air quotes editing the birthday special, I would see him saying his goodbye. I was like, wait, what? Because I was waiting for it to like finish uploading. And then I uploaded the audio version of the birthday special, and then I listened to it, and dude, if you guys listen, it hit me deep. Because Big B's like a brother to me. I already got my crying out. I got my emotions out. If you missed it, then watch the YouTube video. This is going on YouTube regardless, on the Clashuals. I don't care. I'm not even paying attention to that. This is me responding to you guys that the Clashuals is still done. But my bigger brother died like 2 years ago, passed away at 36, and then I started streaming more when I moved to Arizona. Met Big B, and he like took that place of a true big brother. Like, I love my big brother that passed away, but in his message he said, "I love you like a little brother," and it hit me deep. And I love him like a little brother. So I love Big B. He's OP. We're still friends, regardless of what people say. I understand I'm a toxic piece of shit, so it might be a while before we do another Clashuals episode. Let me try to find a or not co-host, but a guest to come on, because people hate me at the moment. But this podcast will never end. I will keep it going regardless. This is just this episode is just my response to personal reasons why Big B left, and understand why people don't want to watch it or listen to it, because it's just me. Literally, it's literally just me, and we don't have the back and forth with Big B, which I will miss completely. I know me Zero said he missed it. Maybe Zero come back as a. I can't guarantee someone will be a permanent co-host, because I can't replace Big B. Even Big B's like message me, tell me like, "Hey, what you gotta do is just find someone you love talking to and make them. There's your co-host." Like, I love talking to you more than anyone, because you get our back and forth is OP. We get each other. We disagree or agree each other. We're not yes man, according to a person in our Discord. Not calling you out, but it's gonna be hard to find another co-host. So stay patient with me. I don't know when I'll find a co-host, but we'll talk a little bit about Clash. But I don't know how to proceed next fourth. I know Danny Dan has a few topics and help me out with the podcast, but I don't know. And I can't guarantee you guys, all you fans, there's gonna be strictly about Clash of Clans. Like, usually we're about Clash of Clans and we banter, but it might be a little change to the Discord or the Discord. Fuck me, to the podcast. I don't know. Again, people keep asking me like, "You gonna find a new co-host? What are you gonna do?" I'm not ending the podcast. I love this podcast. I love how many fans we've got. And yes, I know I'm a fucking complete piece of shit. I burned bridges down with some friends. Let's mention them right now. I burnt bridges with Fatal. Burnt bridges with Fatal. I burnt bridges with Carl, with Woo, um, Ghost Knight, which has a good podcast. C2J also, Crystal DeJoin podcast is OP as shit. But me and my drunken stage, me and my when I'm drunk, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Also, y'all know this is gonna be unedited bullshit. Not I said bullshit, but this is gonna be unedited on YouTube and on Spotify. But I burnt some friends. I burnt some bridges down with friends, and sometimes get too intoxicated, and I burn bridges down, saying shit. I'm drunk, and I totally understand the reasons. Like, I'm not gonna ask to be a part of any Discord or talk to me because you want to reach out. That you think I'm feeling like shit. There's no need. You have your reasons. I understand you want to jump in the disc or just message me or whatever. It's up to you. I don't want to be on any Discord that you feel like I'm gonna be a toxic piece of shit. And I know I'm a toxic piece of shit. I'm a fucking complete 100-degree asshole. And understand that. Like, I caused the most drama on this podcast with anyone. You know, I apologize to Zero, my last stream. He loves being a part of, but maybe he'll be a guest, but I can't guarantee you there's gonna be anyone being a co-host. This might be like a every 2-week thing, or just me just talking for 30 minutes about something in Clash. I can't guarantee anything Clash related at this moment, but I'm gonna try my best to keep this podcast going. Whether it be about maybe bring in random people in that don't know how to play Clash and trying to teach them and trying to. I don't know. I sincerely don't know. Like I can bring some guests in, but people don't want to talk to me right now because I'm a toxic piece of shit. I don't know. Again, I want to keep this podcast going as long as I can. I love doing this by myself. Maybe I'll fucking do the podcast by myself. I don't know. If I love just sitting here talking to y'all, just spitting shit, maybe I'll go to that. Maybe it'll just be me talking nonsense. It'll just be Clashuals and I'll mention Clash for 30 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about books I've listened to or read or movies I've watched. I have no clue what this podcast is going to be made after because I don't have anyone else to talk to. Like I love Clash of Clans. I'm gonna keep playing Clash of Clans. I have been playing the other game, but I'm not gonna mention that game. But this is mostly for you guys that don't understand where I'm coming from. Like Big B and I used to like chat back and forth before we done an episode. Try to come up with some notes, like send notes back and forth. A few episodes we just jump in chat and describe what we're talking about. Well, and I guarantee you, at least for a while, I don't know how the time frame was gonna come across, but I will never be able to replace Big B because that motherfucker who replaces Big B got some big motherfucking shoes to fill. Okay, he's an OP homie. I love him. Our relationship's tight as fuck, and maybe one of these days, I might drive up there and for a weekend and just have a dinner with him, or just have a dinner with him and drive back. I don't know, but we're still homies. For the podcast, I'm gonna try my best, and that's all I can tell you guys. Like, as a drunk, or not as a drunk, but as a drunk, as a dumbass is what I should say. Is I'm gonna try my best to get this podcast going. I can't guarantee you every week. The only reason I'm doing it now is because I feel like in me it's time, like emotionally and mentally, it's like fuck it, let's just send it unscripted. And like every Clashuals episode, we don't plan anything out. We'll do it like an hour before. I was drinking already. It's like fuck it, let's just send it now. It's 9, so it's pretty much around the same time where I said Friday or Saturday. But if y'all don't catch it, I'll have this uploaded because I don't edit shit. But the podcast is still gonna go on. I'm still playing Clash, and I'm sorry to everyone that how toxic and how much of a dipshit and a piece of shit I've been through this podcast. I'm gonna try to improve myself. When I say improve myself, I'm not stopping. I'm not talking about stopping drinking because I love it. Maybe downing it a bit. Maybe I might stop drinking. I don't know what I mentally right now. I'm fucked up. I don't know what I want to do. Lately I just want to get drunk and just jam out. Hence why I did the podcast now before I get too drunk, because I don't know. A few podcasts I know Big B already shut out in his goodbye, but or not. I'm not gonna shout out the podcast, but I'm gonna shout out a few people that reached out to me. Was I'm gonna save the best for last. So GCBC reached out to me. He's like, "What are you gonna do with the podcast now?" OP Rick reached out to me. Or not Rick. Rick's not third. Trample Damage reached out. And then Rick reached out. So Trample and Rick, I'm gonna say they're both tied for one because me and Rick are OP homies, and I both Rick's helped me out through a lot of shit, like just forget about dumb shit that people say. And also Trample is OP. Like I messaged him recently today. Like, how do you do a podcast by yourself? He just said, "Are you doing it by yourself?" I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna find a co-host anytime soon." So I was trying to get some insights, but I think as I get comfortable by myself, maybe we'll do it for a little bit. I know you guys love Big B and understand the people that love our back and forth. You don't want to listen to it. It's up to you. And I apologize. It's not about Clash of Clans. This is me telling you guys the Clashuals Podcast will not be over. And for those on YouTube, go to Spotify, look up the Clashuals, and listen to his goodbye episode because it hit me deep. And this is the episode, like me talking about him leaving. I don't plan on finding a co-host. I don't know when I can find a guest to come in and talk about Clash of Clans or bullshit because we're the Clashuals. So I lost a lot of my ties because I'm a dipshit. And I'm just moving it 1 week at a time. You know, I just wing shit. Like, should I do an episode? And then I'll do an episode. If not, then I won't. But anyway, this is pretty much all I have to talk about right now. The podcast is still gonna go. I did get emotional at the end or at the beginning. So for the viewers on YouTube, I guess Spotify you'll still hear it. But you want to see the true emotions because I don't have to use Buzzsprout. It's gonna be posted right away. I decided to tonight because just how I feel. Anyway, I will not be streaming anymore tonight, but I love y'all. The Casuals podcast is still gonna keep running, and I'll figure out something to do next week, or I'll try something. I'll figure something out, but I'll keep it on. Oh, I forgot to mention the attack I'm still using. Sorry, the nose is stuffy. Is Slow Root Riders with Archer Blimp with Archers to support them. I got been pretty shitty with that. I did a 3-star, a 1-star in War. In Legend Leagues, I've been 3-starring because I'm in low Legends Leagues. It doesn't matter. Like, I've been hitting Town Hall 14s and 15s. But other than that, possible nerf Monday for Roots. Well, then I'll figure something out. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching, listening. Please leave a review. I'll keep this podcast going as much as I can. If I'm not good in the podcast, I understand if I'm a shitty fucking co-host by myself or podcast host by myself. I was just reacting, letting you guys know the podcast is not done. I'm not done playing the game. I'm gonna keep going. Much love. I'm gonna end the stream and the recording at the same time, so don't worry about back and forth. If you guys have any questions, you can email the clashuals@gmail.com or hit me up on Discord. It's ClashFriend9. On YouTube, just leave your comments, and I love y'all. Love the support, and the Clashuals are still going on. And from the goodbye message, keep it Clashuals, homies. And I will see you when I see you. I don't have a plan. I'm just gonna say, keep it Clashuals. I'm gonna end it on that. All right. So I love y'all. Deuces. I'm gonna get drunk because I want to forget my memories and emotions. Love y'all. Have fun. Keep playing Clash of Clans. And I'll see ya next time, baby.